we had a lot of pent-up emotion, to say the least. And, if you'd have been in our locker room before the game, you might have predicted what was fixing to happen, because our kids were keyed up, they were emotional, and they're ready to go play. And so I was proud of how fast we started. I've never been a part of a game where you scored 31 points in a quarter, but those kids kept the foot on the pedal and played hard. Our defense got some stops, and we had a little lull in the second quarter, but I was really pleased with how we played overall, especially our offensive line.
Do you think the fact that you guys scored 77 points kind of made other teams afraid in your district?
No, I don't think any team was afraid of us in our district. We've all got great coaches, Dumas and Hereford and Pampa. I'll assure you, they're not scared of us now.
When you look at 71 points that you guys scored in this game, I don't know if it's a school record or what it is, but you've got to say about forget about last week and move forward. Is that what you're going to tell the kids? Like, hey, this was great week one, but that's not what's going to happen every week with you guys. Obviously, no matter how good you might be on offense, that's
Yeah, in that. You got to understand, we scored those 31 or 37 points in a half, but they got within 13 of us at one point, and that's why we had to keep the foot on the pedal, because they were moving the ball pretty well on us for a while. But I'm excited for the fact that the 40-something players we took down there, 40-something players got to play. And if you think about how long this process has been, and that let all those kids get out on that field and feel those feelings and emotions, and so leaving that game, I was so excited looking in that dressing room and looking at those smiles and just how happy everybody was, and that everybody got a chance to play, and that was really cool.
How excited are the guys to get back in Happy State Bank Field?
It's a big deal to us, because that's our home, and our players have talked about it. And of course, with the opponent that we have coming in with Lubbock Estacada, they're tremendous, they're talented. Don't let their record fool you. They've played 2 top 10 teams, and played them well, and played Dumas well for a long time without their starting quarterback. And so it's going to be a great challenge for us, and it'll be a fun game for people to come out and watch.
As a coach, when you see your team score 77 points, it's hard to find room for improvement on offense, but is there a part of the game on offense that you want to see your team improve on for this next Friday?
Well, you could have come to film Saturday. There was plenty to look at to improve on. I'll assure you, we coached them hard. When you win, you really can coach them hard, because they're going to listen, and they're in that right frame of mind. And so there's a lot to work on. There's a lot of execution things that we have to work on, and then expanding the package and the things that we're trying to do.
Can you talk about D4 just kind of outside of the pocket, especially on 2-point conversions the first week? He was dominant. Whenever he gets outside the pocket, it seems like he's either going to hurt him with his leg or his arm.
It's the first few times we do it. Of course, we script all that stuff, and we know the plays we're going to run on all of our 2-point stuff, going into the game. And so they know it and understand it. But anytime Jay's out of the pocket, I get a little bit scared. And that's just human nature, I guess. But then he's going down our sideline on a scramble, and a guy tries to tackle him, and he runs him smooth. Over may have been the best hit of the night. And so that brings me confidence. But I'd rather keep him in the pocket and let him just be a pocket passer.
When you look at Estacada, what particularly impresses you about them that you especially want you got to look out for Friday night?
Coach Cluley does a great job, and they're well coached, and they're very disciplined. And then you tag that with their athleticism and speed, and then it's a great challenge. And so, anytime any of their guys touch the ball, they can take it to the house. And so tackling is going to be paramount, and that's an area that we have to improve on from last Friday.
Blake, 400-plus yards rushing. Shout out to the offensive line. Were they?
They were mashing. They really were, and they played well all game, and that's what I was so impressed with. And then, Jay ran the ball well. Brody Cook, our little senior running back did, and then we had a couple of others a sophomore that came in and on his first touch went 70, and then that created confidence with him the rest of the game. And so, we like those guys. We got one that's injured that may be back this week for sure. Next week, that it's as good as all those guys, maybe better. So it's a good group of running backs, and then, of course, that offensive line is competing right now.
Can you preview the 3 keys to the game for this coming Friday?
Well, we got to tackle, and you got to tackle well, because it's like I just said, if you miss one of those guys, they're going to take it to the house. And then offensively, we got to win the line of scrimmage again and run the football. And like Coach Selman said, get the ball to our playmakers, and then we talk about this constantly with our kids early in the season, as you win or lose games with your special teams, the first 2 or 3 games. And so being sharp there and doing a good job, I think would be a key.
How awesome was it seeing Lawton Reichel score a touchdown for
That
SFA?
was so exciting, you know, he is on the bus ride to Burkburnett, Lawton was texting me, and we were talking back and forth, and then to see that was just such a cool thing, he was so happy and excited, and we're proud, all of us are proud, man, he's one of us.
Did you see a slide?
Oh, yeah, don't think we didn't make fun of him. It was awesome, we wore him out.
He made it look good, though.
Yeah.
It didn't pop, it was a pop-up, it was legit.